Hey PJs, welcome back to another video. Today I'm reviewing Celadon slimes, and this is a pretty fun review, at least for me, because this shop has not been in stock in, I think it's been 3 years now, and I was so sad when I reviewed them last time because I love the theme of their slimes. Like, they've got Pokemon themed slimes and things like that, and he has restocked again, so of course I had to try them. Besides the slimes, I was also sent their business card and the cutest handwritten note I've ever gotten. It made me smile so much. I don't know, things like that just warmed my heart, and it was awesome. There wasn't any type of activator that was sent with the package. Of course, I always recommend sending that or having an option for it. And here are the slimes. Most of them come in these clear screw top lid dome containers with their slime shop logo on the top and the slime name on the bottom, and then one other one comes in this black lid container. Starting off with this first slime, this is a random Pokemon slime, which was actually sent as a gift. I purchased the other 5, and this one was sent for free, so thank you so much for sending this. I was going to get one, but with his last restock that I purchased from, I think I got like 6 of these, and I still have them now, so I didn't want to get a surplus of them as much as I wanted to try this one, but they did send it, so I still get to try it. So this is a clear slime that comes with a randomized assortment of add-ins and a charm to represent a different Pokemon. That's why it's called a random Pokemon slime. So I got a Meryl, and fun fact, I've only used a Meryl intentionally once in any Pokemon playthrough I've ever done, and I've been playing since Generation 3, so I am old, but I haven't used one in forever, but it is such an adorable Pokemon. The slime itself is crystal clear. I loved poking my finger through it. It's just so satisfying to watch, and I think the add-ins perfectly and capture an environment for Meryl. It just reminds me of the sea and just where a Meryl would live. It just looks super cool, and as I inflate it, it starts to get like a blue color to it, even though the base isn't colored, which is also really cool. It does have a thicker, almost putty-like feel to it, so the bubble pops are pretty loud. I will say, because of the fact that it is a little bit thicker than normal, those mini beads or pearls or whatever you want to call them do occasionally fall out, but I only had one fall out during this whole session, so that's good. I just wanted to mention it. It does leave your typical clear slime residue, as you can see on my hands here, and it does become pretty tacky, more than I would say is normal for a typical slime. Because of that, I'm going to give this one 4.2 out of 5 pajamas. Next up is Cookie Cat. This is a thick and glossy slime scented like Mexican fried ice cream, and it comes with 2 foam chunks on the top. And if you don't know, it is inspired by the ice cream sandwiches that Steven eats in Steven Universe. So I'm not sure what Mexican fried ice cream smells like or is supposed to smell like, but to me this smells like really sweet icing. I really like it. It's an extremely sweet, so it almost smells plasticky sweet, but I still like it because I like sweet scents, and I'm a sweet tooth in general, so I really enjoy it. I just don't know what I'm supposed to compare it to, so I would say it just smells really good. I love the foam chunks that come with the slime. I don't see pretty much any other shop do chunks like this, and it does create some bubble pops because it just helps trap air in the slime. The slime texture itself is extremely thick, very, very thick, and has a smooth feel to it, which I really enjoy. But I would say, because of how thick it is, it might even be overactivated. It is extremely hard to stretch. You can kind of see my hand shaking as I'm trying to stretch it, so I would recommend maybe adding something to it that's going to make it stretchier or something, just because it is really, really hard to stretch. Adding the fact that it is just extremely thick in general, it can make your hands hurt as you play with it because they do strain more trying to, fold it and poke it and whatnot, but because it is this thick, it creates extremely thick and satisfying bubble pops. They are so loud and really fun to do. This slime would be a really good option if you just want something to hold and kind of just mindlessly play with, because it's not going to stick to you, it doesn't have any tackiness to it or anything like that, so it would be a perfect couch slime. I thoroughly enjoyed this slime and its texture, but since it is nearly impossible to actually stretch out, I'm going to give this one 4 out of 5 pajamas. Third for this review is BMO. This is a thick metallic slime scented like dragon fruit, and it comes with multicolored square bead add-ins. And if you didn't know, this is inspired by BMO, which is a tiny robot in Adventure Time. To me, the scent on this one smells really sweet and fruity, and it kind of reminds me of lipstick. That could honestly be the metallic powder that they put in this or whatever, because I know that that can have a scent to it. But it does kind of smell like lipstick, which I actually maybe slightly enjoy. And I don't know if you guys have like a food or something that you want to like but you don't and you just can't. I don't know, it just makes you sad for no reason. Dragon fruit would be that food for me. I love the way it looks and everything, and I want to like it. And it's not that I dislike it, but I'm definitely not going to go out of my way to eat it because the seeds really bother me. Anyways, the slime has a bouncy and putty-like texture to it that most metallic slimes have, and I just love the, like, I don't know if it's called a color shift. I mean, you can call it a metallic shift, but it just looks so good, and the color without a doubt definitely reminds me of BMO. I also love the cube add-ins. It's another thing that just reminds me more of BMO and like the buttons he has on him and stuff, and it just looks so good. I think the slime was very well executed. I also don't think I've seen the cube add-ins before this slime. I definitely could be wrong because my memory is absolutely horrible, but I think they look really nice. This slime does break a little more easily than most slimes, I would say, so I would stretch it slower, and it produces a lot of crispy bubble pops. I wouldn't say it's like a super thick slime, but I guess because of that like putty-like texture, it just creates a lot of crispiness to it. It does leave some residue, but it's not enough to really have a worry about it. It's just kind of a little less than like your typical clear slime. It's definitely a slime that's great for poking, but as a little bit of a caution, it also does get slightly tacky, so I'm going to give this one 4.9 out of 5 pajamas. This next one is Gyarados Glaze. It is an avalanche slime that is scented Supernova. It comes with a white slime to avalanche on it and a Gyarados charm. I don't think I've had one of those more complicated scent descriptions in a while, so this one is kind of breaking that again. This one, to me, I don't really know what Supernova is supposed to smell like, but to me it smells like new shoes, Smarties candy, and cologne. And it smells really good. It's like a leathery, sweet smell, but it smells good, I promise. I know I like the weird smells, but it smells good. Assembling and mixing the slime together was extremely satisfying and reminds me of glaciers, like mixing it together, and the end result just looks so pretty. And I'm just a fan of blue slimes in general because I think that's one of the prettiest colors in slime because it just looks so good. Plus, avalanche slimes in general are an extremely underrated texture or type of slime, in my opinion. I don't almost see them ever, like ever. I don't even know the last time I reviewed one, but they are so pretty to mix together and they just look like amazing. Once fully mixed, the slime turns into a bright blue, thick, mostly clear-based slime. Another texture that I haven't felt in a while, where it's like got a smaller amount of white glue in it. At least I think that's what the white slime was made out of. But it creates an almost gummy-like texture. This is another one that has a slower stretch to it, and it does get tacky. And since this is more of a reoccurring thing with most of the slimes, I feel that most of them may have a lack of lotion, baby oil, whatever you add to make it stretchy and not tacky, so I would always recommend adding something like that. And I'm going to give this slime 4.8 out of 5 pajamas. The second to last slime for review is Boba Cereal. This is a thick and glossy slime scented apple cider and donuts. It comes with some flower glitter, green foam beads, and a leaf charm. This one was probably the most anticipated one of all of them because I remember with my original review how much I adored this slime. It smelled so good. I love the concept to it, and I loved it so much and I missed it so much. I believe I still have my original one, but I always get scared to play with slimes like that because if I happen to like spill it or maybe touch something that's going to get in the slime and like make it gross and whatnot, I just don't want to touch it, so then it just sits there. But I love this one so much. To me, this slime smells like exactly as described, very fall themed, but like bakery style, and really makes me want fall. And now I'm excited for fall. I'm always excited for fall, but since like this one just like push me even farther to hating summer and loving fall. The texture is thick and smooth, extremely holdable, and it has no tackiness to it. It's also stretchier than the other ones, so I would assume this one does have something in it to help with those issues that I was talking about earlier. I know I say lotion and baby oil a lot, but those just seem to be the two most common ones used. So those are just like the examples that I choose. As this slime inflates, it becomes puffy and airy and just feels so nice. Like, thick slimes that get this texture as they inflate can be so satisfying because they just feel super puffy. The slime also creates tons of different kinds of bubble pops depending on where in the inflation stage you are. So if you haven't inflated at all, it's got like those extremely thick, loud bubble pops that you expect, and once it becomes airy and crispy and whatnot, it has a lot smaller bubble pops, if that makes sense. The overall aesthetic is perfect and I adore this one so much, so it does get 5 out of 5 pajamas. And the last slime for this review is Charmander and Icy. This is a dry icy slime that is scented blood orange, and it comes with a Charmander charm. The scent smells like a strong orange smell, which smells really good, at least to me. I love like the sweet orange scents to things. They just smell very pleasing, if that makes sense. And usually scents that are like on the orange or lemon side kind of smell like cleaner, but this one doesn't. It smells like a strong, fresh orange fruit. The icy is of course dry, which I always prefer over wet ices. I actually, now that I've played with like every type of icy slime, I like the ones that are in the middle so they have that slight like wetness to it, because dry ices like this one tend to be thicker and denser, which I'm not the biggest fan of dense slimes, but that is just my personal opinion. And like I just said, this one is a thick and dense type of slime, and the color is absolutely gorgeous on this one. I love how as I inflate it, obviously it gets a lot brighter in color, which is also cute. And since it does change color, it reminds me of Charmander's actual tail, which has different colors of orange and red in it. The slime gets bubbly and sizzly, especially as it inflates. It also inflates a ton, which you can probably see. The only reason I don't put it back in the container to show you like exactly how much it inflates is it did get pretty tacky as I was playing with it. I did add some activator to it and some to my hands, and that seemed to fix it for the most part. So it is on me that I just didn't do that at the beginning. It can be hard to tell how much to activate a slime, especially textures like this one, so I kind of failed on that. But this slime does get 5 out of 5 pajamas. And with that, that is the end of this review, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you made it this far and you've ever played a Pokemon game or have any knowledge on it, what is your favorite Pokemon type? I think dragon types will always and forever be my favorite. I just love dragons in general, as I feel a lot of people do. Plus the dragon typing is really cool. I love using them in battle. I think most dragon types look really cool. I don't think that there's any that I actually actively dislike. So they're just amazing. Plus, my favorite legendary Pokemon is also a dragon type, so bonus points. Now I am signing off, and I will see you guys in the next one.